All right,
All right.
rockers, how's everybody doing? Hope everybody had a good holiday season. We are back. This is the Brew Admin Roundtable, the first one of 2021. So we're looking forward to talking to everybody and interacting and finding out your thoughts and concerns. And just letting you know, again, keeping you up to date on what's going on with the Brew. So I guess let's just go around the table real quick again. And for those who obviously know but may not know right now, just reintroduce yourself, and I guess we'll start.
Hey, so it's Nicole Kali on the bottom, Brew Crew, Brew Media. How is everybody? It's good to see you.
Nathan Oakley, the founder of the Brew. How's everybody doing? In case we got some new people coming in, so you
Exactly.
know who we are. So,
Mhm. And
up.
I'm Kim Gill, Brew Media, Brew Admin. I also do Keeping Metal with Kim Gill on YouTube. And how are you guys doing? Happy New Year. I'm glad you guys are spending the night with us to hear us talk. We're gonna have a nice discussion.
That's right. That's right. And I'm Ali Bishop, band leader of Sound Frontier, Brew Admin, and and I'm a Virgo. So uh, yeah, welcome everybody.
I'm a
I
Virgo
guess
too.
we'll sort of get started. Uh, we're gonna start just about 2020. We're gonna kind of do a little bit of a year in review. Also, just so you know, this is a live conversation. So all you rockers out there who are watching, please feel free to post a comment, ask us any questions you may want to ask us. We'll be happy to answer as we move through the admin roundtable. This is more or as much about you guys as it is about us as well. But so to start things off, we're just going to kind of reminisce a little bit and talk about 2020, the year that was, our thoughts on how it went, things that went well, things that might not have went well, particularly in regards to Black Rockers United.
Yeah.
So I guess let's start with the founder. Nate, what are some of your thoughts on the year that was 2020?
2020 sucks.
How
That's
so?
it sucks, man, because the pandemic, it messed up everything. Kobe Bryant's death. I mean, 2020 was just messed up, and a lot of people, passed away last year,
Mhm.
and I was like, wow, because I couldn't wait for 2020 to be over with. So it's 2021 now. So hopefully we'll have a better year this year.
Amen.
Hopefully.
All right.
Mhm.
And
Nicole?
I want to hear from Kim. I feel like Kim's got
Yeah.
something to say.
All right, Kim, go for it.
Go for it, babe.
Yeah. I feel like 2020 was a year that was unimaginable because there was so much that went wrong in terms of the pandemic. And then we had the social justice, racial justice protest, which I participated in. And a lot of people lost their lives as well. Like we were fighting for our Black lives during a pandemic that was highly contagious. And it just gave me a lot of perspective on a lot of things. So, yeah. So I felt like the Bob Marley Survival album was a very great comfort for me. Like,
Hey.
and if you are sitting here right now watching this live stream, please be thankful and be blessed that you're here to even witness it
yep,
because a lot of people didn't make it to see this year.
But you did.
yep.
That's a good point.
But
Good
you
point.
did.
Well said. Well said.
Yeah.
Okay, Nicole.
Yeah, that's exactly why I wanted to hear from Kim because I felt like we were going to say something similar.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I participated as much as I could in fighting for our Black lives, like on the ground, but a lot of it has been, as y'all know, the root sessions, the brew talks, because I believe it's about empowering us artistically and
Mm-hmm.
socially as much as it is about, doing the political thing and getting out there and standing up. It's about hearing from bands like the 1865 and Winterwolf that's actually going to have new music about this very thing, police brutality.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. So 2020, like it definitely sucked, but what I see is that Black people really found the solidarity to come together
Right.
for the most part. You know,
Absolutely.
like
Yeah.
that was wild to see. Yeah.
Yeah. Well said. Well said. I think as far as for me, I mean, 2020 was definitely one for the history books. I mean, everyone's going to remember it, whether you're, you know, an elderly person, you're a middle-aged person, you are a young adult, a teenager, even down to kids. You know, it's definitely going to be something that you remember. 2020 is going to be kind of seared into the brain for everybody, in a sense, kind of the year that everything stood still. And so, you know, we're coming up, we're maybe like another month and a half or so away from sort of a full year of
the pandemic.
you know, lockdown and pandemic. I can't believe it's been a year personally. I'm still thinking it's like April. So you know, all time and space and everything seems to be arrested and just kind of in this weird like limbo. And especially just speaking as an artist, it's been difficult to try to navigate these waters and have to try to adapt and make things continue through all of it. So it's definitely been a challenging year, but at the same time, I think it's made people have to kind of reevaluate things, whether it's their own personal opinions, beliefs, commitments. You know, I'm sure people got a lot closer to their family, whether they wanted to or not. I'm pretty sure friendships were either strengthened or terminated.
Absolutely.
So, you know, I think a lot of truth was exposed. So I think that there's some good things you can take out of 2020. But if I had the choice, I definitely think I would choose not to do 2020 again. But for those of you who are still here and those of you who are blessed to still be alive and breathing, I think, you know, I think we can definitely count those as blessings now and move forward. And hopefully 2021 will be a reopening as opposed to a continuation, right? So,
yes.
Speaking of 2021 and that sort of reopening, let's go back around the round table and just get your thoughts on, okay, we just talked about 2020. What about 2021? What are the things that you would like to see happen in 2021? Kim, what do you think?
I think for me personally, I just want to get healthy again because I felt like last year did a toll on me physically. I just want to be active. I want to go back to concerts and everything and just interact with my friends like I normally did. You know, it's like it's hard being away from people, and it was like tough working from home because it's like it feels like I work more from home than I was when I was in the office, you know. So yeah, I just hope for music's sake, I just hope that everyone is doing their part to make sure that we lower this curve and that we can get things reopened so that artists can have their stage in the way to make their money, the venues can stay open, and we don't have to like struggle and fight because it was a real battle for venues to even get included in this recent stimulus. So they could stay open because they weren't included in the first one, and a lot of venues ended up shutting down because of that. So the smaller the scene is, the less likely we'll have a scene, you know?
Yeah.
So we gotta save our stages. So I hope everyone is doing their part and just wear your mask, wash your hands, tiny house. Wash our asshole hands and tiny house, okay? That's how we say it in Barbados. But that's what we need to do. Even if you agree or disagree, do the part so we can go back to normal. That's the only way we're gonna go back to normal.
Definitely. Nate, what do you think? 2021.
Well, I just want things to I want things to be back to normal, just like Kim said, you know what I'm saying? So I can go back to concerts and, you know, hang out with people that I know, you know, and meet new people as well. So, yeah, I just hopefully this year things get back to normal because I'm getting tired of wearing those masks.
Yeah.
We tired winning that stuff, man, because most of the time you can't even breathe through the motherfucker. So
Exactly.
So yeah,
Exactly.
right.
Well
So
said.
yeah, this like Kim said, you know what I'm saying? I just want things to be get back to normal.
Mhm.
Just go back to concerts, see your family more.
Right.
Right.
You know
That
what I'm
part,
saying? Huh?
I said that part for me because I
Yeah.
have both sides of my family. They're far away. My mom's side is in Florida. My father's side is in Barbados.
Oh,
And I
wow.
haven't seen any of them this year.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
yeah.
wow. Yeah, but that's all. That's all. I just want things to get back to normal on my part. So
Definitely. Okay.
yes.
Nicole, 2021.
I'm looking forward to a lot of collaborations with fellow artists in the diaspora, and that's like not just in the United States. That's
Right.
like around the world. Like how
Yeah.
thrilling is that? The doors have opened. Now we're talking to bands like Last Year's Tragedy, in Kenya. Now we're talking to like the founder of Yes, the new album just came out. Isn't that awesome, Nate and y'all?
It's a good album. It's a good album. It's fantastic. I enjoyed it. I went ahead and bought the album from SoundCloud. No, not SoundCloud. What's that damn app?
Bandcamp?
Bandcamp. There you go.
Oh,
Bandcamp.
Oh, nice. Did
Yeah.
you?
I went ahead and bought the album this morning. So I said, fuck it. I'm going ahead and get it.
You see, that's how we support each other, Like I'm
Exactly.
really happy about
And
that.
and how much is it on Bandcamp?
Yeah, if you could just say the name of the band one more time for anybody watching, and
And how much is
Year's
it?
Tragedy.
Last year's tragedy from Kenya. So
Yeah.
they it's like 11. It's like the songs, like each song is cost like $1. So it's 11 songs, so $11 in total. So
Okay, that's not bad.
It's
Yeah.
like 8 to 11, I usually try to add in a little extra to help out the artist. Oh, thanks for asking, Kim.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're wavy. And I think that like it's really cool that the scene has just like exploded so much. Like in the countries that you may not have realized, have been
Yes.
spreading for years. Like I found out that there's a whole bunch of metal bands like across Africa that have just been killing it. So
Yeah.
that's really cool.
Yeah, Beyond Seether.
There you go. I was about to look at see, there you go. I was about to
A
look
lot
at
of people, when they think about African metal bands, they think about Seether because that's the most mainstream one.
like Cinder and Volvadania. There you go.
Yes.
Yes, this video.
Yes,
is
I'm here
kicking.
for this.
You better turn that up.
I wish they had a video for Red Dwarf.
They're gonna probably make a lyric video for it.
Probably. Fucking A.
Yes.
It feels surreal. Yeah, we're gonna have a brew talk with them next week, Tuesday, and that's
Excellent.
gonna be out.
Awesome.
we got to cut things a little bit shorter so we don't get any violation strikes from YouTube.
I know, right?
So, we gotta give you only a little piece, but the rest is just as good.
That
Yeah.
can happen? Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. It has to be less than 30 seconds.
Less than 30 seconds. Ooh, child.
You know how it is.
Definitely, rockers. If you hear that, check that out. Definitely, will be worth the discovery. So,
Yes,
definitely look
sir.
forward to that. I just real quick. I just I agree with everyone else in terms of 2021. I don't know if we're gonna get back all the way to normal, but if we can at least get back on track, and if the numbers can go down to the point where people feel comfortable going outside, that's really where I would like to see it. I'm a musician, an artist, so I want to get to the point where I can start booking these shows again, and we can have people coming out and enjoying it and being together and doing that whole kind of music thing properly. So I'm looking forward to that in terms of 2021. But in terms of 2020, just real quick, just to revisit 2020, Nicole, what are some of your thoughts about 2020 in regards to the Brew? Things that we did, things that we accomplished, issues that came up. What were some of the sort of memorable moments and highlights for 2020 in regards to the Brew for you?
I guess like solidarity isn't really an adjective, but I saw a lot of solidarity in the wake of everything. People starting to post more and come together and say, hey, I like this. This is nice. This is cool, That was such a vibe, I don't think we realize how much each other's joy and uplifting each other and Brew has really, done people a solid. It's really nice to have y'all as like a community, a fam, the Brew crew,
Dig.
Things that I think we handled absolutely are disagreements that might have come up, regardless of the tone of them, but still allowing people to have an open voice. It's kind of hard to straddle the censorship slash
Isn't
like
it though?
allowing people to have the democracy.
Right.
But I think we did pretty rad in that department. I don't know if you agree, but I feel like in the Pantera thing as well, what people said was right. Maybe where it tends to go isn't always the best direction. Does that make sense?
Right. There goes left.
Yeah. Like what they mean to say is cool, but I feel like a lot of the time more voices get added in and the tone kind of gets muddled. Like,
right.
Yeah.
I don't think things translate well over text or writing because people misinterpret the tone easily and get offended. So yeah.
Exactly. For those who may not know exactly what we're talking about, Nicole, if you could just kind of refresh our memory, and what exactly are we talking about right now?
Okay, so I believe a Dear Brew member posted something about Pantera and just like in general, the kind of age-old discussion in music. Can you separate an artist from their sound, right? The answer is no, you cannot. I wish we could, but the politics come with the person that's expressing it, right? I felt this way about a whole bunch of artists, but Pantera especially has expressed views that are like explicitly anti-Brew. Like, let's be real. So people were basically being like, but they slap. And I was like, they don't slap enough to be exempt from racism, though. And then from there, the conversation kind of got a little bit more aggressive because people didn't want to like kind of back down and say, well, you're right,
Right.
Yeah. So I feel like at that point, it was kind of like an educational moment and everyone was kind of like, oh, okay, this is racism, whether I realize it or not. But it was kind of like, oof, it was a little heated for a minute,
Definitely. Kim, what are your thoughts on as Black rockers? A lot of times we have to deal with artists whose music we may like or be turned on to, but at the same time, when we find out who they are as people, that changes things a little bit. So that's something, a dynamic that Black rockers have to deal with, and that's something that we kind of have to push through. What are your thoughts on that? How does a Black rocker deal with that? Does that make them like a sellout, less Black, or does that make them less rock? Or what are some of your thoughts on that whole issue?
I don't think that it makes them less of anything, but it says a lot about the person and what they are willing to accept, because it indicates what you will accept in person in your social circles and any private situation when you have to deal with racism. Because we got to even talk about what just happened last week with the insurrection and the guitarist from Ice Earth, John Schaefer. He took part of that. He was photographed at the insurrection inside the Capitol building, storming the Capitol.
What's his name again?
John Schaefer. And for some reason, he's still on the loose, not caught by the FBI yet, because I personally believe no media that reported on it turned him into the FBI. And the white privilege of it all is just baffling me. And I've been, you know what? It just goes on. And then he did an interview with a German publication before he stormed the Capitol, and he was saying, oh, this country was overtaken by thugs before, so we need to go take it back, and take it back from the thugs.
Who are the thugs, Kim? Who are the thugs?
Exactly. Who are the thugs? Just leave it to your imagination who the thugs are. And that's what he was saying in the interview. He gave his, and I just find the stupidity of it all that these people were talking to the press before they did that. And it just goes to show, I always said this, you cannot separate the artist from the art, because monetarily, if you're buying the album, if you're going to the concerts, if you're going to the merch table, you're supporting the person. You're supporting them financially, putting money in their pocket. You're helping them sustain. And these people, you're giving them the opportunity to say they don't like you. get it. It makes no sense to me. So no, we cannot separate artists from the art. There's no amount of art that is worth your dignity as a human being.
Yeah.
Good point. So Nate,
and that's what people
go
need
ahead.
to
Sorry.
realize. Like
Cool.
you're gonna sit there and you're gonna advocate for something that's anti-Black or Muslim and all of that. You wanted to add on, Nate?
Just big facts.
Yeah, Nate, question for you. So,
Nate, did you want to add on?
Yeah, Nate, I got a question for the founder. So, as a what
I think his
Black
camera
Rock...
froze.
Oh, you did it freeze? Uh-oh.
Yeah, Babe hasn't moved for a second.
Okay, I thought he was intently listening.
No.
But that was just his stare. But I guess it wasn't. All right, so I'll put the question to Nicole. Nicole, as a Black rocker per se, should it matter how pure should the music be in terms of, are you able to separate the two situations? Can you, if you are, say, a Black rocker who likes Pantera's music, knows about the comments that were made, but they still like the music, what do you think sort of about that sort of situation? How do you feel about that particular dynamic?
All right, hon.
Should they give that up, or do they have a right to maintain, commitment to that music or band? What do you think? I love
Kim's face, like looking off. She's like,
That's why I asked Nicole the question, and I didn't ask him the question right yet.
Kim rocks. That's so funny. I'll give you my answer in two parts, hon, because I think it's a really relevant. And people need to know that they're not necessarily like any less Black and stuff, but
exactly.
We we understand each other, and it's not necessarily in a good way. Like, hey, if I see you being a Pantera fan or an Ice Earth fan, if I see you being a Bad Wolves fan after this, like, I'm gonna have some words for you. Not necessarily hands for you, but some words, because you know their history. Yeah. How many people know about Phil Anselmo by now? Like, how many?
Right.
You know what I mean? How many people know about John by now? Like, I'm gonna give you all some real stuff. Like, I'm a metalhead. We're all tough folks, but I saw the picture of John. I found out about Ice Earth because DC put like a poster of the people that raided the Capitol, right?
Yeah.
And on the poster was him. And I looked at all the albums that I had of Ice Earth, and I just cried, like, just straight up. I was just like, every single thing that I've heard by them, I have to throw out. Like, I have to completely disregard their art because they're supremacists, I was like, I supported that. I had to really let go of that and like unlearn and decompress. That's our duty as Black fans and just in general. Is to be real about what we, I guess, cashed in on. For me, I had to be real because it was a poster. I had to face it. I was like, damn, John Schaefer is really like the dude that stormed the Capitol now. I have to do some processing,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a terrible burden that I think Black rockers have to face that I don't think a lot of other rockers have to deal with.
They don't even think about
in that, there can be musicians that run counter to us. Despite whatever music they be making. So, Nate, what obligation do you think white rockers have when they hear about comments, points of view from these rock artists, these metalheads, whatever it is?
Yeah,
do white rockers have an obligation to respond or to make their point known? Or is it just something that's for the Black people to figure out and deal with? Where do white rockers who hear, where do they fit into this whole conversation? Where do you think they should fit in? Should they say anything? Do they not need to say anything? What do you think?
I mean, everybody has their own opinion. Everybody has their own opinions. So, I mean, if they want to express their opinions about the situation or whatever the situation may be, they're more than welcome to. But you know what I'm saying. But keep your, opinions, very clear. You know what I'm saying. We don't want no race thing going on right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we're not going with that.
Mm-hmm.
So like I say, if they if they accept our history about it, you know what I'm saying, that's more than, that's all fine and dandy, you know what I'm saying, as long as they know the history of the culture of Black rock.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying, like I said, we welcome them, to express we welcome them to express their opinions, but like I say, it should be no race thing going on. I don't want nobody to say the N-word. I'm pretty sure nobody don't want to say that, but I'm just speaking in general.
Yeah.
But we don't want to go through that stuff. So because I'm not going to allow it. Just like y'all, y'all not going to allow it at all. So
yeah,
right. That's just my thing.
Right.
That's real.
So
Nicole, what do you think? What obligation does a white rocker have once they find out the situations that we have been made aware of all this time?
You know how many white friends I stopped talking to because they didn't step up about this stuff? Like I got the list just keeps going. Like at least 10 people this year, just because I became more like anti-fascist, and I was like, "You really still listen to these supremacist bands from Germany?" And they're like, "Yeah, they shred." I'm like, "They're MAGA, but in Germany. Like you have to be real now, you know?"
Right.
And they're like, "But these riffs are so cool," and I'm like, "You're a fucking asshole, dude. Like the music is not, you know what I'm saying? Like the music is not like greater than politics. Like how does that?"
So
like,
do you think it's a question of those metalheads, those rockers, knowing about the situation and choosing not to acknowledge it, or they're just sort of like blissfully ignorant and kind of naive about the situation? Where do you think that falls?
It's tied. It's cognitive dissonance. They know, but they don't want to know. They know, but they don't want to know. That's supremacy, straight up. You know what you're doing. You know what you participate in, but you choose to be oblivious because it's so much easier to be comforted and pretending not to know. Yeah. That's a lot of metalhead fans, and the Smiths too. Thank you for commenting. Morrissey is the shit, but Morrissey is a racist asshole. We've heard him say like at least 5 different things about Black people, Chinese people, etc. So like you can be inspired by these folks, but just know the truth, fam. You know who they really are.
Yep.
You have to make your choice from there.
For example, Phil don't say I'm up for Pantera.
We were just, you know what I'm saying? Like we can never say too much about Phil because how many things has he been caught saying, Nate?
Yeah.
And it's like, I get that they're cool, but to a certain point, you kind of have to grow up. Does that make sense?
Yep. Yeah.
Point. I want to give a shout out quickly to Preston. I see you making some comments. So that's Preston's comments about loving the Smiths. So definitely want to say what up to Preston. Thanks for coming on to the roundtable and leaving your comments. And hope we answered your question as best as we could. But it's definitely an issue, right? We got another one. This is why I, as one who adores rock music and always has, can't be completely mad at Black folks who side-eye when you roll up in a Motorhead t-shirt. I've always known why it's like that for us, even if I got sick of it growing up. Loved Billy Idol, but did I really know him back in the 5th grade? LOL. So that is from Tina Franklin. Thank you, Tina, for your comment.
Right.
Thank you.
Definitely. It like I said, we were talking about sort of the burden that Black rockers have to go through. It's just something, it seems to be part of the musical life where you almost have to answer for the sins of those people when you're around the rest of your people, because that's part of the stereotype is like, oh, you listen to them rednecks, you listen to those KKK, Satan worshiping, blah, 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 blah. And at that point, there's not a real way for you to communicate the music and even let people know that, like, hey, we do this too. So I would say we started it. So I would say to all you rockers out there that are kind of thinking about that, don't give up. Don't feel in some way that you kind of got to go into a shell. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of the music that you like. And but at the same time, don't take no shit either. And you got a right to say whatever the fuck you want to say, wherever you want to say it, and damn be anybody who feels differently. So I don't think it gets any more rock than that. And I don't think it gets any more metal than that. So, just keep it real and know that there are others like you out there, even if they're not there in the crowd right now. You got the Brew Brew got your back all the time, so don't ever forget that as well.
And also DIY, do it yourself.
Do it yourself, baby. Tina said, both sides make me who I am. I need them both.
That's good.
That's good. Keep that balance. Yin
Yes.
and yang.
Yes.
All right. So just real quickly, my thoughts on the Brew for 2020. I think that there are probably certain years that are going to be important in our history. Obviously, year one, when everything kind of started, there were some new admins that came in and kind of built the page up. Obviously, the founder being who he is and kind of charting the course. But I think this year we definitely made a lot of leaps forward, particularly as the admins. So I know Kim, I think, had to come back in. She's going to come back in because of some technical difficulties. But I just want to say that I think, this particular year, over the past year, 2020, I think the admins have done a great job. So Kim, Nicole, Nate, even Dallas, who we need to find back. He's out there in Cali. We hope everything is going well for him and he's okay. So hopefully we'll get him back in for the next roundtable. I think all of them have done a fabulous job of rallying the page, rallying the group, and kind of charting a course for 2021. The new things that we've been doing, the Brew Talks, the new page, website that we've put up, the YouTube channel, these roundtables, the spotlights, the town halls, the discussions. When things come up, the admins have been able to meet quickly, make an official statement to kind of quell any problems. So I think 2020 was a year where we really found some really good footing, and I think we're positioned for some really good things in 2021. So I think I can speak for the rest of the admins to the rest of the Brew when I say we got a lot going on and a lot of good ideas for 2021. We want to thank everybody out there for staying with us, for rocking with us, literally. And we hope to have everybody here for 2021. And we want it to be a situation where you feel proud enough to tell your people about it too. So we definitely want to grow. We definitely want to be that place where all Black rockers can feel comfortable being themselves and sort of enjoying each other's space. So I think 2020 was good for us in that aspect. And 2021, we got a lot of things moving. So I think one of the things that we have kind of on deck that we are very eager to sort of launch, and hopefully it'd be nice if we could probably do it during Black History Month. This might be sort of the stars lining up properly.
Yeah.
The drinking gourd, so to speak. But the big one is the merch store. Brew merchandise is going to be launched in 2021. So we're going to be talking about the Brew t-shirt. We're going to be talking about other merchandise. We're going to be starting with an online retail store. So as soon as all of that gets sort of situated and we have everything locked in, all you rockers out there, you're going to be able to go online, go to the store, show your love for the Brew, cop that shirt, cop that hat, whatever else is there, show people what this is all about. And we're looking forward to being able to take that next step as Black Rockers United. So all the admins are eager about that.
Yes. I can't wait. I cannot wait.
The founder can't wait. He's already got the fishbone shirt on, so I got to salute that. But pretty soon we're going to have the Brew shirts.
Sir. Yes,
there will definitely be product placement all up and down. So you'll be able to see exactly what we're talking about very soon. So stay tuned. Big things definitely coming with that.
Yes.
We also have the Brew Talk, which I think is probably our most successful implementation right now. Is going to be continuing. We got big plans for 2021. Nicole, if you could just tell us a little bit about some upcoming Brew Talks and plans for the future.
Yes, I actually have a Brew Talk with the band that we saw earlier. If you're just tuning in, last year's Tragedy released their newest album, Amongst Lions. They're a Kenyan metalcore band, and we're going to be having a Brew Talk with them next Tuesday. That'll be out the 24th. Not quite sure which day that is, but stay tuned for that sometime in the evening. And then I got in touch with Rosa Lee Brooks. You might know her as a
Golden Rose.
Yeah.
Love you, Rosa.
I love you, Rosa. Get back in touch with me. I want to do a Brew Talk with you soon. You're a legend.
Definitely.
Yeah, and then just fellow alt black rockers across the diaspora, across the world.
Definitely. I think you're going to be doing a South Frontier Brew Talk in 2021 too,
Yeah, I was about
if
to
I'm
say,
not
like,
mistaken. So we're
Yeah.
trying to put that together too. So looking forward to that.
So cool.
Shameless plug.
That was awesome.
That's how you gotta do it, right, Kim?
I figured you were gonna do it as soon as you had everything like finalized.
Yeah, so we're working on a couple things, trying to get things squared away too. But as soon as we get ready, we're definitely gonna let you know.
Badass. Yeah.
Nate.
Yes, sir.
If you had, if the Rock Genie came to you and granted you one wish for the brew this year, what would it be?
Yes.
Brewfest.
What is that? Go on.
A festival
Right.
filled with black rockers.
Wow.
Okay.
A big festival filled with black rockers. Have some black rockers throughout the country or hell throughout the world. They want to come, jam and jam their music, promote themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's all about unity. You know what I'm saying?
Well
so
said.
we gotta help each other out.
That would definitely be nice.
That would be my wish, you know what I'm saying, to have a brew fest, to have like a big festival.
We got to TM that. We got to TM that brew fest.
Oh,
I mean, realistically, yeah, I've been seeing that coming for a while.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know, but that's one of my wishes. So,
all right, excellent. Kim, are you there? I know you're having some technical situations. You there? All right, so same question. The Rock Genie comes to you and gives you a wish for 2021. What's it going to be?
So exciting.
I think we're still having some issues, some audio issues.
Can't hear you.
Oh, your connection came in.
I think it might be the connection. Okay, we'll come back to Kim. Nicole, the Rock Genie pops up, gives you a wish for 2021. What do you say?
I was gonna say pretty much the same thing as Nate. I was hoping that maybe the pandemic would calm down and we can at least get some bands together to do like a streaming event or something, Yeah, that'd be awesome. And like maybe bands that we talked to before, that feel comfortable performing and stuff.
Yeah, that would be definitely a good project for the admins to try to put together. Well said.
Yeah.
Well said. Well said. All right, so I'm gonna try to wait for maybe Kim to come back because I know she definitely wants to chime in on this. But we'll move over. We were talking earlier about dealing with the politics of artists and bands who have political views that are contrary to us as Black rockers. A sort of what's the best way to say current event situation would be Tommy Vexed.
Tommy.
So if I guess we'll start with Nicole. If you could just get everyone up to speed on sort of what that whole situation is, and then thoughts. We can have the founder come in and talk a little bit about that as well. Did you see this thing coming?
Actually, Nate can talk first because
go ahead, Nate. All right.
I still need to really process what Tommy said.
No comment. No comment about that situation. I have no comment. That's all I can say. I have no comment about that.
Did you see it coming?
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Kim can do it because, she got more information than me. So,
okay, we're going to go to our roving reporter, Scoop Gill, to give us sort of the background. We're talking about Tommy Vex and that whole sort of situation. So if you can just give us a little background and what happened and your thoughts.
Okay, so it was announced this week that he left Bad Wolves. They part ways. What he's claiming is that he left the band on his own, and then he went on social media with #Vexit, which is a play on the Brexit or Blexit or Brexit. He did that, and then the band Bad Wolves, Doc and Kyle, they did a live stream earlier this week. I think they were just trying to be amicable about it. They were trying to remain amicable, and they were trying to keep the peace. So the tensions rose to where the Tommy Beck supporters started harassing Bad Wolves on all social media, and then he had to make a statement saying, "Don't bully my band, don't bully my friends because I love these guys and I respect them and they've been really good to me," and yada yada. But in my opinion, he kind of amplified it and egged it on. But what I think what happened was that the record label kicked him out the band, not the band. That's my opinion. I'm just saying my opinion. I think the record kicked him out because he was promoting a lot of conspiracy theories. He was being pro. He went and made a huge statement, a huge controversial statement, saying that racism was manufactured and that he did the marker video trying to say that Black Lives Matter was like a false flag or something like that. And it was it was very controversial to the point where a lot of the Black people who supported Bad Wolves were very upset and angry. So he's been doing a lot of stuff that has been getting a lot of bad press for the bands. And then on top of that, I think cherry top was the domestic violence accusation against recently. So I think the label felt like it was best to keep him out, just to like part ways with him, let him do his solo thing. Even though he has a whole bunch of supporters, he got a whole bunch of MAGA supporters on Instagram that didn't know his music before he was in before he started coming out as a Trump supporter. So he got that whole fan base down pat. He was appearing on podcasts too, talking about conspiracy theories about COVID, saying that COVID was fake, that COVID was manufactured, that it's a hoax. He was saying a lot of controversial things like that. But what I learned like 2 weeks ago was that he actually contracted COVID.
What?
And now he's telling people it's the flu. So yeah.
Small world, huh?
And then on top of that, he's dating that the comedian, the YouTuber, Nicole Arbor. She made a lot of controversial videos today, like Dear Fat People is one of her most popular ones. So I learned that he started to her, and then I found out he was also a Trump supporter, MAGA. But it's like I don't want to get too personal with them. I don't want to make it about his relationship or anything because that's not what it's about. But I just feel like both of them are using their platforms to spread misinformation, and I think that's what was leading to say we're not comfortable with this and we don't want to invest in it no more. So I think the record label asked him, and he got angry and upset, of course, because this band they've been generating a lot of good success. They had a good run. They've been doing a lot of good things for them. He's very talented. You can't take away his talent from him, but no one's checking him on the stuff he's saying. He feels like he's been cheated and he feels like he's being censored for being a Trump supporter. But I think if he was just a Trump supporter, none of this would have happened. He would have still been in a band. He would have still been making records with the band. I think what it was the misinformation and conspiracy theories, all of the controversy he drew up that contributed to him not a band anymore. So that's real. You got to tell the whole story.
Got you.
You can't say
question.
Yeah.
Question: do you think that the other band members knew about this beforehand? In other words, were they complicit all this time? And then we were speaking a little earlier about sort of obligations to speak up on both sides. Do you think if the band knew, they should have been saying something before, or do you think that it was like, wow, we didn't know he was like this until recently? What do you think?
Man,
because then we got to talk about censorship because they can't penalize him for his political views. However, when he was talking about racism is manufactured, I think what happened was the band, they addressed him privately, but they didn't make a public statement as a band.
But I do remember Doc saying something about what was going on at the time because it was the height of the George Floyd protest.
Okay.
He did release a statement privately via his Facebook for that. But they said that they had talked privately with him about his views. So they did check him, but they didn't check him in front of everybody.
Okay.
And I don't think it was a good idea at the time for to like make a public spectacle out of it, because Doc, remember, had just lost his mother a month before. So I felt like it was unfair for people to put so much pressure on him to like make a public statement and get in a public feud with his bandmate who happened to be his friend for like 20 years. So I felt like it was very unfair for people to do that. But to know that they did talk to him and they did address him about it, and now he's not in the band anymore, so it had to be a conversation, or it had to be some kind of tension between them that made them decide that this is not a good look for us, and we wish you the best, and we do the best endeavor. So go do, you know.
Yeah, you too hot right now. You too hot right now.
For real.
Yeah,
that's true. That's all succinct.
So, founder, what do you think? I see you over there scratching your head.
The domestic, right? And you know what? He's going to continue doing that because he got the biggest base. He got like 200,000 Instagram followers now because of his support for MAGA and the stuff. He's
got the platform.
Online. But
well, it ain't gonna be on Parlor.
And he has a full like list. Yeah, he has every MAGA podcast there is. So he has that base that's going to support him.
Gotcha.
But I hope he realizes what he's doing. Because at the end of the day, you're going to have to confront yourself about what you're doing. Because it's personally, you're selling out. Every Black person in the middle, you're selling them out. Selling them down the river.
Right.
Yeah.
You're not doing any favors by pretending that our issues, experiences are not real, by telling people that. Because I've had people who personally came up to me and told me don't even participate in their local because it's too racist.
Okay.
So for him to say that racism doesn't exist and that racism doesn't exist and he never experienced racism in his life doesn't make sense to me. Hello?
I don't think we heard that last comment, Kim. I think you're going out again, but
yeah.
Founder, what do you think? You're over there kind of sweating, and I see the smoke coming off your head. What is some of your thoughts about this?
Again, no comment. I have no comment.
As a Black man, what are you thinking right now, brother? What's some of the thoughts going in your head right now? Or would you rather not say?
I keep it to myself.
Okay.
Because I don't want to piss nobody off. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't want people to get offended, so I'm just gonna keep it to myself. So no comment.
Okay. All right. Well done. Blake wrote a comment saying, Nate, I brought the idea of having an event like years ago. So I think this is back. He's talking about the Brew Fest that you mentioned. This is somebody off of YouTube. His name is Blake. I don't know if that name rings any bells for you, but thank you, Blake, for leaving a comment. Thank you for checking out the admin roundtable.
Blake. I'm trying to think of who is Blake is.
I'm sure somewhere over the end of this weekend, he's gonna remember you. Be Sunday or Monday, he's gonna be like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, because my memory is kind of all over the place right now. So.
Of course. So, but yeah, so hopefully everybody will come back and all the old timers like Blake and everybody, come back in and continue to contribute. So, I think just to sort of put a ribbon on this particular part of the conversation, and again, the admins can second me on this, but the Brew itself, Black Rockers United, as a space for Black rockers who are enjoying the music, we do acknowledge the need for it to be a safe or comfortable space where, as long as it doesn't infringe on the rights of the other members. But in this case, we do take the stance that we don't want to advocate or support bands that have members that espouse these beliefs, views, whether it's from a particular member, 2 members, the whole band itself. If the band is about that life, then it's not for the Brew, and we are not going to sort of support. We are not going to spend a lot of time. So the Brew is not going to be the place for that. If you really want to show your love for a particular band, then there are other pages, tribute pages, fan pages, band pages you can go to. But just in terms of the Brew, who we are and what we do not condone or support any band or band member that has those views that would be opposed to us as Black rockers. So I think the admins agree. We want to make that clear to the rest of the Brew. The posts like that, it's only going to cause sort of division. It's only going to cause problems. We're really trying to maintain a sense of brotherhood and sisterhood. So don't be surprised if the posts turn personal. If it turns into a situation like that, they will be deleted. If people can't sort of abide by that, they may be shown the door. But for all you rockers out there, you know where we stand as the admins. You know where we stand as a group now. We're not with that. And unfortunately, we're not going to allow anything like that to be here in the Brew. I think so, right? Admins, I think, right? 100%. So
zero tolerance.
That is the stance, the official stance. Blake said, Nate knows me. I'm original Brew. So you may be getting a phone call. You may be getting a phone call. So get ready for that.
Blake. Yeah. It's a female. It's a female. So
okay.
Yeah, I remember her now. It's been so long, you know.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming back. Definitely want to give a shout out to any original OG Brew heads out there. So thanks for showing up, and showing your love.
Yeah.
Says I've been with you since Afro Punk. So that goes back.
Yeah, Blake. Yeah. How you doing, Blake? You know, it's been, like I said, it's been a long time since we spoke to one another. So, you know, everybody have their own lives. So
exactly. So hey, Blake, come back, man. Do some posts, show your love. You know, let's see you back in the Brew. We'd love to see you back. Nate misses you tremendously. It's written all over his face.
Yes, it does. Yes.
So,
and I don't have to say a word.
You don't have to say a word.
Get it? That song.
Blake says, of course. So, all right. So we are getting close to sort of the end point here. We're getting close to that hour mark. So we're going to sort of start wrapping things up a little bit. So just sort of want to open the floor again to the admins for final sort of thoughts, comments about anything in particular. The floor is yours. Let's start with Nicole.
I'm just really happy to continue to share Afro-diasporic empowerment and to be a metalhead with you and Brew Crew. I want y'all to know that it is okay to not be okay, but that better times are coming. As Martin Luther King Jr. said, that's coming up pretty soon. You know? You may not make it with you to the promised land, but it's there.
Yeah, that's right.
Amen to that. Amen to that, man.
Founder, last thoughts, comments.
Well, my last thought or comments is let's continue on with the Brew. Make it, you know, this year, just make it more better. You know what I'm saying? Make it more bigger. You know what I'm saying? I'm very happy, you know, about the upcoming merch store we're about to open real soon. I'm very happy about that. So, you know, like when people buy the shirts, once you get the shirts, post it. You know, post it on the Brew, post it on the Brew page. You know, we'll make a photo album on the Facebook page. So, if you got any merch that we put out, just post it. You know what I'm saying? Represent.
Definitely be
so like I said,
up at that Brew Gallery.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I said, it's all about unity, man.
Yep. Well said. Well said.
Yes.
Kim, superstar. Last comment.
Please remember not to compromise for anything. Stay true to yourself. Remember that your dignity is worth more than someone's art. And make sure you enjoy life because it's so precious.
Yes.
Well said. Dang, I don't know if I can follow that. Yeah, I'll just say, you know, here we are starting off 2021 on a good note. The admins are definitely focused and committed to making this brew thing even bigger than it was in 2020. We're definitely going to keep you guys posted on all developments. So please check back regularly with the brew. Make sure that, you know, you're staying in touch with the things that we want to do. And please tell your friends, anyone that you know, that you think would be a good, a viable member. We'd love to have them be a part of the Brew family. Blake says, real quick, have you heard about Punk Black?
Yes, I love them.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Punk Black. That's Atlanta, right? Ain't Atlanta?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
They started in ATL, but they're like nationwide now.
Right.
Yeah, they following, you know what I'm saying? Punk Black is following our YouTube channel.
Oh, nice.
So,
I love them. I love them.
We are family. Definitely shout outs to everybody out there. And they're just big things coming, y'all. So just stay tuned. Brew
and also be patient with us, you know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying, you can't work things all at once. You know what I'm saying? Things gonna come, but just be patient with us, and it's gonna come sooner. You know, it's gonna come real soon. So
definitely.
Hey, Brew Crew, where can everyone find us?
So we've got a YouTube channel. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on TikTok. You can find us on you can also find us on our actual website. Nicole, what's the address?
BlackRockersUnited.com, honey.
BlackRockersUnited.com. So you got a bunch of different places to check out. Blake asked about maybe a collaboration. You never know. That could definitely be something down the road. Blake, what you need to do is go holler at Punk Black too, ask them the same question, and maybe you can sort of be the middle person and help facilitate that also. So we're definitely open to working with any of the Black Rock sort of organizations. Sort of just carrying the flag and being, you know, true to the.
Like I said, you know, Black Rockets United. We like the Black Panthers of rock and roll. So
we want to be the vanguard. So the founder has spoken. Probably gonna be a T-shirt that's something like that too, if I'm not mistaken. It's gonna be a T-shirt like something like that.
Instead of doing this, we doing this.
Yeah, exactly. So, in other words, we got a lot of things coming. So we just want to thank everybody. We're gonna round up and finish off the roundtable with that. Check us out on our different platforms. Continue to check us out on Facebook. Tell your friends, tell everybody that you think will be down. We definitely want to be a place for them as well. Hope everybody's having a good night, or whenever you're watching this, stay safe. I'm going to be sort of the Black Rock hippie guy, so stay in love, keep your frequencies up, and, you know, see you on the next one. That's right, baby. Take care, everybody, and we'll catch you at the next roundtable. Peace.
And God bless.
We'll catch up with y'all later.
TMA. TMA.